This FAQ Monday is sponsored by Nail the Mix. Hello, and welcome to another FAQ Monday. I'm your host, Fluff, and I hope you guys had a fantastical weekend, and let's celebrate Monday. It's Monday. I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, First question, who do you now work for / are endorsed by? Currently, I am the artist relations guy for JST Tones, which is headed by Joey Sturgis and company. Now, what I do there is I bring artists on board, I get content out, I plan content, and I'm currently working on stuff for NAMM 2017. That job is very, very cool, and it's a lot of fun and was a great opportunity for me. So I decided to take the job, and I do that obviously in addition to this YouTube thing. Now, as far as endorsements go, let's see, I have official endorsements from Dunlop for pedals and picks, Ernie Ball for strings and accessories and things like that. Balaguer Guitars, obviously I have my signature Hyperion guitar with them. I also have an endorsement for guitar wireless units with PRA Audio, and I think that's it. Oh, I guess I'm a Rev amps endorsee as well, because I use and love Rev amps. But I think that's about it. If I forgot anybody, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's basically it. It's not too long. One job, a couple of endorsements. That's about it. Marvel or DC? I have always been a Marvel guy. I think a lot of that is due in part to my age in the 90s, when Marvel had a real strong insurgence with the X-Men, the Uncanny X-Men rebooting, and Image Comics were very, very huge, and so was Valiant. They were just starting to get off the ground when I was like 12, 13, 14 years old. And a lot of ex-Marvel guys left and formed Image Comics, which we now know as, Spawn and Walking Dead and, all sorts of wonderful, wonderful titles. I was a huge, huge Image fan. But when I went to the mainstream comic guys, I never ever went to DC. I just, Batman's cool, Superman's cool, but I was never ever a fan of most of the DC stuff. I always thought it was kind of, their story arcs and their stories were a little corny for me. Whereas the Marvel stuff, especially in the 90s, kind of got serious and they had the good artwork. I was into drawing, and so I was really into the artwork, and I always found the DC stuff to be kind of bland and not really taking any chances. And the Marvel stuff and therefore the Image stuff years later was just very, very exciting for me. Joe Quesada is probably my favorite comic book artist of all time, along with Jim Lee. And Joe Quesada is now I think he's running Marvel now, but he was at Image for a really long time. And Jim Lee's kind of, started in Marvel and then went to Image, then went back to Marvel, and it's very, very confusing. But yeah, I'm a Marvel guy. And their movies are just, don't even get me started about the movies. They're so awesome. They're so amazing. Marvel all the way, man. If you could have any Marshall amp, what would you have? I often think about this myself. I'm not sure. I've always wanted a JMP, but honestly, I really just want a late 90s, early 2000s JCM 2000 DSL head. I really, really like the sound of those heads. And the only reason why I didn't get one at the time is because initially when they were released, they had some reliability issues. If I remember correctly, I mean, it's been a very long time, nearly 20 years, but I always like how the DSLs sound. Of course, I would love to have an 800 or a Plexi. Those are cool as well. But if I had a branded Marshall head, honestly, I would choose a Marshall JSTM 2000 from the early 2000s. And I know those can be had fairly cheap on eBay. I do look more often than I should. And I know they can be had for like $600 or $700. I mean, it's just a matter of time before I get one. And I will get one. But yeah, nothing rare, nothing crazy, just, yeah. Which Marshall would you have? I'm curious, what do you guys like? Current specs of your recording computer? I get this question a lot, and my iMac is the first really thin model. It is a late 2012, early 2013, and all the specs on it were maxed out at the time, with the exception of the hard drive. I ran out of money, and I got a regular standard hard drive with the intent of upgrading it to solid state. So I have the quad core, I have the i7 processor, I have 16 gigs of memory, and I have the upgraded video card as well. About 6-7 months ago, I upgraded the hard drive to a solid state, a 1 terabyte solid state hard drive, and it has been absolutely rock solid, and I have no intention of upgrading it anytime because it does everything I want and it does it well, and I don't really have a reason to upgrade. But yeah, late 2012, early 2013, maxed everything, very expensive. Nail the Mix is an online mixing school created by Joey Sturgis, A.L. Levy, and Joel Wanasek. And these are the guys that have brought you records from Chelsea Grin, Machine Head, Asking Alexandria, Devil Wears Prada, and lots more. I mean, like, all of these. Lots. Every month, Nail the Mix members get exclusive access to a real multi-track session. That means real tracks that you get to mix yourself and take a stab at, in addition to a 6 to 8 hour live class from the mix engineer who mixed that album, and you get to watch in real time, remix and mix the song for that month. For the month of December, Logan Mader will be mixing the Gojira track Toxic Garbage Island, and the first place winner of Nail the Mix will also win an Omega preamp and Omega plugins. For full details, click the link down below in the description to nail your mix. And now, the dad joke of the week. Why couldn't the sailor play cards? The captain was standing on the deck. My suggestion to you this week is to check out the brand new Mesa Boogie Triple Crown amplifier. It is 50 watts, comes in combo and head and rack form. It has two 6L6s, two EL34s, and two 6V6s that you can switch in between. And I believe this is one of the first Mesa Boogie amps, tube amps, to have MIDI that I can think of, at least in recent times. Very, very amazing and versatile amp. I love the clips that I'm hearing so far. I may or may not be working on getting one at the time of this filming. Maybe. I can't confirm nor deny. But I just thought this amp sounded fantastic. It does the rock, the British kind of tones, and it does the high gain. And it's kind of what, in my opinion, what it looks like is Mesa Boogie took everything they learned from the Royal Atlantic and the Transatlantic lines and the Electrodyne lines and kind of combined all of them. And I'm excited. That's, yeah, huge Mesa Boogie fan. And I think you guys would be stoked about this amp as well. You've been wonderful. I have been Fluff. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.